Welcome to the next episode of the Cannabis Review. I'm delighted to be joined on this episode by Lorenza Romanese. She's the Managing Director of the European Industrial Hemp Association. How are you keeping today, Lorenza?
Good morning everybody, and thanks for the invitation. I'm good, a little bit busy, but we are very, very happy in this moment, so everything good.
On the show. I know you're a very busy lady, so we very much appreciate you taking the time out. Can you maybe give everybody a quick little overview of how you got to the Managing Director of the EIHA, and we can get in then?
Yes, sure. So I joined EIHA in February 2019. I was working before always in the public affairs, but in the wine sector. So I had this opportunity to join and growing an agricultural sector. So I was delighted to accept this role. And I keep working with very pleasure and a lot of motivation and passion for this sector. It's a sector that certainly, as I said, is growing. Is a sector that is perfectly matching the society needs as well. So it's a real pleasure to work for the association. Just to remember to all the audience that the association is mainly representing companies, three types of companies, let's say three major operators: the producers of hemp, the processing companies, and the traders of hemp and its derived products.
Okay, brilliant. Can we maybe jump into the first topic then straight away, is the overview of the hemp industry in Europe. Now, I know we had a little bit of a snail's pace in terms of legislation and movement over the last 12 months. Can you give everybody a quick overview of why everybody in the hemp industry in Europe is happy as of late, and what the future spells?
Yes, sure. A quick overview. It's complicated because Europe is made of 27 member states. And for the moment, when it comes to Europe, the operator experience a fragmented market. There are member states that are a little bit more hemp friendly. When it comes to, I'm only referring, to the upper part of the plants, mainly the hemp extract and the hemp derived products, food products. In this case, indeed, we see a patchwork of 27 different national legislation. This is why the European Industrial Hemp Association is advocating for a European framework where all the operators can work with clear rules that are the same from Lisbon to Warsaw. While today the operators are facing different values, different approaches, which complicate the business. But hemp is more than only the upper part of the plant. So I'm very glad that afterwards we might exchange some words on other sector than only food and food supplement. Nevertheless, why we are happy in this moment is simply because finally one country, that is Great Britain, has decided to move forward and to regulate these products, namely the hemp-derived product from the upper part of the plants, hemp extract containing CBD. It's very complex. So to sum it up, they were FSA, so the Food Standards Authorities was looking at this product and tried to find a way how to regulate. So FSA encouraged the sector to move into the direction of sending application and submitting application, novel food application, to measure the TDI, so the tolerable daily intake for this product, and the company that were submitting a toxicological studies package, and they were doing a novel food application, and they were on the market in February 2020. If they have completed all these requirements from FSA, they can trade. They can trade and they can stay on the market with their product. So finally, what we were asking and advocating for, that was legal certainty. It happened and it arrives, even if only in one country. Now, the idea is that we will apply the same novel food application in Europe and submit this application as well to EFSA. We have already submitted some application based on the preliminary results of the tox studies that we are conducting, but the studies are not over yet. Very briefly, we invested, the member of EIHA invested 3.5 million of euros into a toxicological studies for both products, isolate CBD naturally derived and full spectrum extract. On top of that, we have, among these 3.5 million of euros, 1.6 is dedicated to THC toxicological studies on human beings, with the scope of increasing the levels of THC only in the final products.
Okay, so just a quick overview that novel food applications are available in the UK at the moment. I think I saw the list is like 3,500 companies got through to the very last round, but maybe 10% of them are actually going to get approved. I think one of the Irish companies, Chanel McCoy, was one of the first to get approval over there as well. So what we're looking to do is take the model that the UK build, replicate it into the European Food Safety Authority model. And how long do you think it's going to take the European model to enact what the UK have brought to fruition?
Oh, well, let's clarify, because when the novel food application process started in UK, I mean, UK was still part of Europe. So it's not that UK has a special methodology. They just applied it faster because they added a deadline. While in Europe, there is no deadline, but the application is the same.
Okay, so same authority.
There were minor differences with FSA, sorry, but then the process is the same. So what we have been doing in UK in this moment, we did it because of the time constraints that we had. Okay. Now we simply do the rest towards EFSA. For instance, EFSA is different because what we liked and what we are very happy that our member can enjoy is the fact that they can stay on the market. Because FSA, the only slightly difference is that they created an intermediate step that is so clear today in UK, while it's not in Europe. Meaning the companies that have done the 3 requirements that I've stated before can stay awaiting for evidences. While in Europe, if you do not have completed your toxicological studies, this product should not be marketed because the provision called the temporary period has been deleted from the Novel Food Regulation, European Novel Food Regulation, in January 19. Yeah. This is why today we have 27 different approaches.
Yeah, well, I think the clear science and regulation, I think, is what we're all screaming out for in the industry. And I think it's going to, you can see the top brands are already kind of coming to the fore at the moment, and I think it's going to get rid of the cowboys and have a couple of, I think the M&A action over the course of 2023 and 2024 with the mergers and acquisitions that are going to happen in the European industry will be lightning speed, no doubt.
Yes, as I said, let's wait for the toxicological studies and the final submission that will dramatically clarify the status of these products in Europe. When it comes to the association, the tox studies are nearly over for full spectrum. Then, for the isolate CBD, while the full spectrum is still ongoing. Then it comes the risk assessment from FSA and EFSA. Both they last 9 months, and then the first results, according to our opinion, might arrive in 2023. The full risk assessment.
Yeah, well, I think we'll all have our fingers crossed for that. The next topic I wanted to talk to you about was hemp and construction. Now, we hear a lot of food noise about the novel food application, but if you have your eye on the industry, you understand that the real capital and the real markets are going to move towards IPable, constructible products used from hemp fiber. Can you maybe give everybody a little overview of hemp and construction and who you see as some of the leaders and what's happening in that territory?
Yeah. Let's start from an assumption. The hemp sector will be a big sector and a major sector only if the operators will have access to all parts of the plant. So now we're simply focusing on the upper part of the plants because we need to legally clarify the extract and the CBD products. While hemp is much more. Hemp is composed by fibers as well by seeds. So the real industrial hemp sector should be an industrial sector, as the name calls us, that is planted firstly in open air. It has been harvested on the field with machineries, and the best model for hemp, according to the association, is the so-called triple use. So we process and we collect the stalks that contains the fibers. Then we separate the biomass, the green materials, namely what is left from fruiting top, from flowering top. Then we collect the seeds to produce dry food or seeds oil. So this is the perfect model for hemp. Now let's focus on the bottom part of the plant. And as I said at the beginning, I'm very happy to have the chance to speak, to discuss with you about something else than CBD. So indeed, the construction sector has a huge potential. It's quite well established, or is quite well established in Europe, but especially the interest is growing. The fact that the demands are higher than what the sector can supply is a good signal, and the good reply from the sector is that the construction sector can be scaled up quite easily compared to other sectors. So first of all, let's clarify what we are talking about. When we are talking about hemp in construction, it can be used in the following application: can be used as an insulation material from the corticated technical fibers. It can be used as a hempcrete made of sheaves and lime. It looks like blocks or bricks or prefab walls as well. We have members that are doing these technologies as well, and as well in restoration of architectural heritage. The most developed country when it comes to hemp construction is UK and France. These countries are most advanced market for these products. The potential of the hemp in construction is very high, as a conversion to natural material is expected in the construction sector. We know that the European Union, when thinking about the future of the construction, they are integrating natural and bio-based products. So it's the good moment for hemp. There are some bottlenecks today. These bottlenecks are in the supply chain. Basically, Europe is dramatically lacking of the cortication lines. We count in Europe less than 10 decortication lines, which is not enough to supply all the demands of these products. But nevertheless, as I said before, the investment needed are not so important compared to fibers or compared to the processing of fibers to produce long fibers. So again, a lot of potential. It's good for the sector, it's good for the operator, and especially we should not forget it is extremely good for the environment, because the time is running out, but we should as well discuss about all the good quality of the hemp construction material when it comes to fire resistant, when it comes to antibacterial resistance. So these are all aspects that should be taken into account when we discuss about the construction in hemp.
Amazing. That's a great overview now for most people. I think if you have a look at the industry, really, it's insulation, it's hempcrete. There are a couple of different territories where this fiber and this material just works as a perfect ingredient for these end products. And I think the R&D over the next 12 months, 18 to 24 months should be pretty exciting for the building industry in Europe, because I think you're already starting to see some of the big players starting to maybe have an R&D facility where they're working on it or outsourcing it to other companies. And I think, yeah, that's the one. If you've got capital to expand in the European market, that's where my money would be going.
Your investment could be growing, your investment, if you invest today in this kind of company. We are seeing members that are working with this product joining EIHA because of the interest is certainly increasing.
Yeah, well, we're just at the time there, 15 minutes. I'm not going to keep you long because, as I said, I know you're a very busy lady. We very much appreciate your time and explaining, giving everybody a quick overview of these topics. And we hope you have a lovely day. And hopefully we can chat again towards the end of the year. And we're giving even more bigger smiles over more greater news that we've heard.
Let's hope. Thank you again for inviting me here today. And I wish you all a very nice day.
Thank you very much, Lorenza. Have a great day and chat to everybody again soon.
Bye-bye.